Hi guys, welcome back to another Explain 12 video. We are continuing our 767 series, this time flying the FlightFactor B767-300ER. And for those of you who watched my video before this, I flew the Captain Sim one in that, and now we're trying the FlightFactor one just to, well, maybe not compare, but just to, see how they both fly and operate within their respective sims. And yeah, the Captain Sim one was pretty good, apart from the VNav issue that I've always had. And I'm very intrigued to try the 767-300 by FlightFactor. I really like their 767-400, and I've flown that a couple of times on this channel as well. Oh, look at that weird livery. For some reason this delivery gets a bit weird when I'm doing this walk around thing. It's like certain angles break it. So we'll actually not do the walk around feature. I'm gonna stop walking and we're gonna just do the free camera, I think, instead. Let me see, ESC. And we're gonna go into the free camera. There we go. But yeah, in terms of the exterior, I do think they both look great, both Captain Sim and the FlightFactor one. The maybe a bit better the Captain Sim one compared to the FlightFactor one, but it's hard to say. Different sims, different kind of rendering, how they render it. I think the planes generally look better in Explain, if that makes sense, at least on the exterior. While usually the cockpit looks a bit worse, apart from the really high-end add-ons. And I'm not using any kind of card, a mod or similar, so we're actually not using any modifications. So in that way, maybe not totally fair comparison, because in the Captain Sim one I had a bit of a cockpit mod that made it look a bit cleaner. One cool thing though is we are flying exactly the same aircraft, the PHBS-B Zulu M, the Ponte Garibaldi. And another cool thing is also that we don't have the winglets, which I kind of like more than having the winglets. So that's very cool. We also have a nice Oman Air 787, very similar to our last flight, where we had the Qatar 787 next to us. This time we're though flying from Muscat, and I've actually been at this airport back in 2018. So, or beginning of 2019, end of 2018, so a long time ago by now. But yeah, I don't think the Explain one is a bad render of it. I can't remember that much from it in terms of detail, I just remember it was new. And I don't think there's any good, at least not in P3D. I don't usually buy airports for Explain 12, but we can check if they have a Muscat. There seems to be one from Thai models, which looks much better. So if you want to get one, I'm probably, yeah, this looks much more like how I remember the airport. I don't think there's anything similar for P3D, but let me, no, actually there is an airport for Muscat, but it's Army project, so not too many good reviews. At least 4-star, but you can see it's a bit more simplistic. It really looks like an FSX port, not really taking advantage of those P3D features, specifically version 5, and I guess version 6 now. But yeah, enough talking. We should get started. We're flying to Dubai, so a short hop. Also a historical flight, and I'm gonna bring up my and find the flight. So we are doing, it seems to be not the same aircraft again. It's a different 767-300ER, where we're flying, we're recreating one of these two flights from both, I think, are from the summer of '98, and it seems to have been a short flight from Muscat to Dubai International. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna close it now. I've made some viewpoints, some okay one, some a bit worse. We'll check how these two work, because I set them up a bit differently, so I'm a bit skeptical, but we shall see. And but yeah, generally speaking, it looks very nice in the cockpit. Not sure if I prefer this one or the Captain Sim one. I guess in different ways, if that makes sense. We'll close the door. But yeah, other than that, there shouldn't be too much of a difference in terms of fidelity, apart from I think the FlightFactor one works a bit better in terms of the VNav. At least what I can remember with the 767-400. Plus, well, one negative, we don't have the weather radar because the plugin doesn't work. So hopefully they'll have something workable there soon. I was actually waiting for that to come before I was gonna try this aircraft, but I couldn't hold off any longer. I really wanted to get a flight in. So we are gonna get stuff up and running, or try to at least. We do need, let me go and check here. We need the EFB. And actually I'm gonna check quickly. We can hide the yokes. Let me check, are they in the pad? They seem to be kind of nicely placed. Anything else? Avionics. You can make some changes. Let me see. You can choose between modern or non-modern FS panels. Not sure if that will make too much of a difference though. But let's see actually once we get the thing started. We need to connect to the ground stuff, starting with the GPU. I guess a ground air conditioning unit, considering we're down here in Muscat. So we'll connect that. Looks like they're loading quite nicely. The displays don't look as nice as the Captain Sim one, that's for sure. Don't think we need to press anything there. Align. Nav. Put one pump on. No smoking. Here we have some of the calls. What else? Put the position lights on. And it's a bit of a late afternoon flight, so it might become dark on our way to Dubai. So you see, I'm trying to fulfill my promise to do more nighttime flying, or at least evening flying. We need to load the plane with the EFB, and I'm gonna just check quickly our PDF, make sure we put in the right values. The fuel value is gonna be 20,000. I don't seem like we can do the, let me see, there we go. Zero fuel should be 236. We should have 176 packs. And yeah, they don't really align. We're now at 239. We should be a bit lower, so I'll do 238, 162, 161, 2362. Still not there. 160. There we go. Oh yeah. Let me see. In order to do this, I think we need to request a fuel truck. I think that should do the trick though. And I have the ground handling, which looks kind of neat. If we could somehow combine the ground handling with kind of GSX packs, X-Plane would be be great in that regard as well. Someone should like make a GSX version for X-Plane. Seems like we are decreasing our fuel, so that's good. So that's going on. Do we have Avitab here, or is it... We have charts. Guess that's good. Interaction ops. Let me just check if there's anything. You can choose between the winglets. We have the Pratt & Whitney version now, so maybe it's the Pratt & Whitney one that's the correct one for KLM. I didn't check that. One thing we need to do though that I realized kind of directly is do the XP realistic. We're gonna have some weird... No, I've done it already, thank God. Okay, don't need to do that. Outside still looking good. We'll start with the boarding then. Get that part of the flying underway. Let's see if only 20,000? Is that true? Yeah, it's a short flight, but still. Well, if they say so. I find that a bit too low. I'm gonna do 24,000. I'm gonna change it in the other one as well. 24,000 I can accept, and we're being a bit conservative. We'll do 100. No Wi-Fi, we're in 98. We'll do the same, or we won't do the same one. We'll do the second option in the boarding, see if there's any difference. I think these are the 787 ones though, so we might get the wrong call-outs, but it doesn't really matter. It's just for fun anyway. Oh yeah, that's how you can open the EFB. I always forget how you just press this one. Yeah, that's a cool feature. That I can accept. I mean, if you're gonna have a 2D EFB, do it like they do. This is a good way to do it actually. I don't mind, and then you can get rid of it so you don't have to watch it. That's actually, yeah, that's a neat feature. Let's see, what else do we need to do? We're aligning. One fuel pump is on. We need to put on the APU at some point. Wiper seems to work. So all of that's looking fine. Maybe we can keep these off for now. Settings here. Oh, you can choose some different... Okay, well that's cool. Didn't know that. Oh no, is this a very old AIRAC? Didn't even think of that, like you might have to update. Okay, we shall see what we get. Let's put in the data. Not sure about the gate, we can just do this instead. Very similar kind of feel with the EFB. I think the Captain Sim one is a bit better. Feels a bit more alive, I guess. This one isn't bad. Not sure actually which one is a better implementation. They both seem pretty good. We're taking off from runway 26, right? I'm also gonna connect now, because we have everything set up pretty nicely here in Pilot ADC. We just need to change the cruise level to 24,000 to be a bit more conservative. Yeah, this seems good. 26 right. Validate file. We won't do any more changes. We'll trust the stars from the Pilot ADC. We're gonna connect to the sim. And let's jump to the outside view.
Arriving and departing runway 26 left,
Yeah,
26
looking
right.
good.
Muscat International Airport Information Uniform, 750 local winds are 269er at 2 knots. Visibility
269er
6
at 2
miles.
knots.
Sky condition VFR. Temperature 26, dew point 22. Current QNH is 1010. Arriving and departing runway 26 left, 26 right.
Yeah, I guess
Muscat
kinda.
International Airport Information Uniform, 750 local winds are 269er at 2 knots.
269er at 2
Visibility
knots.
6 miles. Sky condition VFR. Temperature 26, dew point 22.
Some differences.
Current QNH is 1010.
1010,
Arriving and
that's
departing
same
runway
at least.
26 left, 26 right.
That's the most important one, I would say, the altimeter.
Muscat International Airport Information Uniform, 750 local winds are 269er at 2 knots. Visibility 6 miles. Sky
Let's
condition VFR.
change to the clearance.
Temperature
KLM 4003 heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. Okay, let's see. We should soon hear something from. Oh, did they depart?
KLM
or- Oh no, they're
4003
there.
Heavy is
That's so
cleared to Oscar
weird,
Mike
though.
Delta
It's,
Bravo. Fly the Itla 1 November departure.
There's some
then as
error
filed.
with these
Expect
jetways.
departure runway 26 right. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure.
Okay, 26
Expect
right.
higher clearances
Itlan.
2 minutes after departure. Muscat Center on 123.905. Squawk 4254.
So we got the Itlan 1N
KLM
departure.
4003 Heavy is cleared to Oscar Mike Delta Bravo. Fly the Itla 1 November departure then as filed. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Muscat Center on 123.905.
26 right.
Squawk 4254.
At least we have the right SID, that's good. The route from Itlak,
KLM
that's gonna be the interesting
4003
part.
Heavy readback correct. QNH is 1010. Contact Muscat ground on
MCT.
121.8. When ready for pushback, have a good one.
Pretty sure it's that one. Let's
QNH is 1010. Ground on 121.8. KLM 4003 Heavy.
Are they aligned yet, or are we still aligning? Could explain some of the weirdness with the. Let me see if I delete that one. Something is off here. Let me have a look. So the Itlak one should be just close by, right? So if we're doing a departure, 26 right. Why is it so far away? Or rather, why are... No, now it looks... Okay, sorry, it's probably the next one after that. Okay. Okay, but then MCT, but that's going back.
To Alpha. Okay, you can taxi slowly, just remain in the contact for the time being. You will see then a Delta 767 onto stand 407 Charlie. When they're clear, continue to taxi Bravo 1, hold short link 1. Okay, slow taxi, wait the Delta.
Let's remove that one actually, and then we go straight to the ones, but we're gonna do it like this, I think. So we'll do MCT as the next one. Pretty sure it's that one. And then after that we'll do T508 to Solud Shai Hulud. If someone watches Doom will get that reference. Solud, then P574 and Imped. Oh no. That is not good. We have our first issue. How come? because we're being suggested to do the start to 30 left. That one doesn't exist back here. Oh no. Do we have one that's similar? Now we need to check the flight plan. So we can fly at least a similar route. Well, it's definitely not this one, that's for sure. Could it be the Desti one? Nah, it doesn't seem to be that one either. Puva? Nah, not that one. Bub, maybe. Maybe the Bub one. No? Okay, let's do this again. ILS. 30 left. This one. This one seems to be the closest thing we're gonna get to the right one. It's pretty close. Most of them align. Probably smaller changes. So Bubin is gonna be the one we're gonna put in here. So Bubin, we need to remove the newer one. So there's a bit of a discrepancy, but nothing. Is there another waypoint? I mean, if we're flying Bubin instead of Gurmi, we're flying from Solud, I guess. It should be fine to just do it straight, I think. It's not gonna line perfectly, but it's gonna be close. So I'll be happy with that. We can activate and execute. The only thing we need to remove, which I just remembered, is the MCT one. We don't want that. So we get a more clear departure. Okay, that's good. We have that data. Now we just need to do the init ref. The information we have is stating that we have a zero fuel weight of 236.1. Fuel reserves of 4 again. So very similar flight. 24,000. Index of 187. Pretty high index. 347. At 10. Takeoff. And did we have that with this one? We didn't have that with the other one, but do we have any sort of let's actually check. Yeah, fuel is looking correct. Gonna assume the weights, etc. are correct. Avionics, let's press the modern EFIS. Okay, it doesn't seem to be a huge difference, we can keep it. ADF pointers. Not sure if that makes too much of a difference. Now we can keep the round dial, or not put in the round dial. Okay, PA charts. Okay, doesn't seem like we have, so we'll just do the similar thing that we did for the other one. But before we do that, we should just check our clearance. 6,000 feet, let's put that in. With this plane we're gonna try to use the VNav since I haven't flown it before. I wanna see how it do, or how it does. 4254, sorry. 4254. We'll put this on already just so we don't forget. Not proper procedure, but reasonable enough.
QH check 1027.
I think we're ready with the fuel truck though, so we can probably remove that one. We can also start the APU. Will the yoke be in the way or is it fine?
Good morning, push and start approved for you. Total lease point is Mike and the QH 1027.
Maybe easier to just keep them away. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Not that I can think of. Runway 36 is the close, or 26, right? Runway 36. Goddamn. Totally blanking. 26 right is very close to us. You can see it here. It's a very short flight. We're flying basically Oman and then to the United Arab Emirates, landing in Dubai. The fun part about landing in Dubai is that they have a new default airport for that area, so it's gonna look great. which is why I don't mind doing it with by night either. Let's get this lower one showing as well. We have the APU, it seems. So that's good. Let's get the packs on. We can put this to auto. Not sure why I didn't do this earlier, but you know, small mistakes. Might have forgotten some of these when we were flying the Captain Sim one. Bit awkward. Yeah, listen to that. Now we have some sound. That should be armed. Yeah, good. They are ready to go. Put the pumps on. Disconnect the external one. Also disconnect it from outside. We'll check how it looks. I assume it's gonna be disconnected soon enough, right? Let me though double check. ACU. Yeah. We can also start closing all the rest of the stuff, the doors, etc. I think that's on airplane. So I'll start by having the ground handling. I'll have them drive away. Should be able to see it here. Yeah, they're starting to depart. We'll close all the doors. Do I have any good view to check that? Yeah, close. The doors are closing. Good. And what else? What else? What else? What else? What do we need to prep? Window heat, electric 2. Okay, some error. You can't have the packs for the engine start, but that's fine. And yeah, everything else should be fine. KLM 4003 heavy, ready for pushback and engine start. No luck again. We'll have the co-pilot do it. Seems to be more successful.
KLM 4003 heavy ready for pushback and engine start.
KLM for 003 heavy, this is Muscat ground, go ahead.
Did we get anything ready for pushback?
Ground. KLM 4003 heavy ready for pushback and engine start.
KLM for 003 heavy,
maybe we have to do the clearance again since I removed that one waypoint.
Ground. KLM
Whilst we let them talk it out,
heavy
we'll
ready to copy IFR
put in the data from the flight plan. Talking about that, do we have
KLM for 003 heavy is cleared to Oscar Mike Delta Bravo. Fly the ITLA 1
the same
November
info.
departure then as filed.
Yeah, here we do have the
expect
selected
departure
temp,
runway
etc.
26 right.
A lot of
Climb to
Info,
6,000 feet via the departure.
weather is
Expect
looking
higher
fine.
clearances 2 minutes after departure.
So that's all
Muscat
good.
Center on
So we'll use this data
123.95.
with some
Score
changes.
for 254.
We'll do 4.2 in terms of the thrust duration. We'll do flaps
KLM
5.
4003 Heavy is cleared to Oscar Mike Delta Bravo. Fly the Itler 1 November departure then as filed. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Muscat Center on 123.905.
28
Score
is the CG.
4254.
Quite different compared to the
KLM
Captain
for
Sim one. That's
003
interesting.
Heavy readback correct. QNH is 1010. Let
It's
us know when you're
suggesting
ready for
similar
pushback.
V speeds.
QNH is 1010. KLM 4003 Heavy.
Okay, let's get those in. That's fine. Pre-flight complete. Let's put that on for the traffic advisory. I think we're basically ready now. Nothing that I can think of. We can detach the jetways. I think we could also ask for the pushback. We only have one way to go this time, so should be easier to get it right.
Grounded cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Let's try to get the pushback again.
Ground. KLM 4003 Heavy ready for pushback.
Tow is driving up.
KLM for 003 Heavy pushback approved.
Pushback approved, there we go.
Y pushback approved. KLM 4003 Heavy.
Yeah, why pushback approved? I do wonder that myself. Hey, didn't we get both of them disconnected? That's odd. The funny part is that they look kind of connected. Let me check if we can control X-plane 12, control second jetway.
You're following the Ryanair on the right, so follow them onto Hotel 1, left then along runway 16 and hold short of runway 28.
Yeah, some odd thing with this other jetway. Maybe it's not controlled by us at all. Okay, we're seeing the control. I've never actually watched this. How is it implemented? I think I really like the better pushback one. It's very good. Oh, kind of jumped into place. And does it then kind of lift the aircraft, right? Or maybe that's a later point. Ah, there you go. Look at that. Imagine the strength of that vehicle. Jesus Christ. You can notice it inside as well. Okay, so things to do. We can't have the packs. We'll turn those off. Manual, I think. Let me see here. Auto 1. Let's do that. Wanna miss anything with the pressurization? Packs off, window heat. Let's put that on. Parking brake is set. We're basically now just waiting. Let's ask for taxi as well. KLM 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi. They still don't hear kind of what I say. So let's have our co-pilot ask.
Ground. KLM 4003 Heavy ready to taxi.
Let's get this one ready as well. I hope, yeah, we are getting a taxi. It's loading.
KLM for 003 Heavy taxi
Yeah,
to
it's a
runway
straight
26
taxi.
right via Alpha. Hold short runway 26 right.
Cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
Taxi to runway 26 right via Alpha. Hold short runway 26 right KLM 4003 Heavy.
Okay, releasing the parking brake. Let's see if this is working. Seem to be pushing back. Seatbelt sign should be on. We'll start the right engine first. The values are increasing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Look at that. Seems to be more correct, the starting procedure. It was a bit fast on the Captain Sim one, so I'll give the win here to
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board of this flight.
FlightFactor.
Safety information on board of your KLM flight. Please pay attention to every detail. This is a non-smoking flight. This means smoking on
Okay,
board
let's
the
try
aircraft is
42.
not
Let's see if it
allowed.
works.
This includes the use of electronic
One thing we
cigarettes.
forgot was the red light.
Whenever the seatbelt sign is on, your seatbelt must
Small
be
mistake,
fastened.
but
For your own safety,
not
keep your
good.
seatbelt fastened and visible during the flight, even when the seatbelt sign is switched on.
Do I like this viewpoint? Is it okay? Is it a bit low, maybe? If we go up a bit. I'm quite tall myself, so that's why I like a I like a higher viewpoint usually. Okay, successful start. Let's do the left engine. We're seeing rising values above 15. The trim 09 is very low. Not sure if we can trust it, but it feels super low. We'll not trust it. We'll do 2. We hope that's more reasonable. Both engines are running. Any changes? Some of the windows have opened a bit now, while this one is closed.
Set parking brake.
Setting parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
We're gonna put the pack on again. The bleeds. Turn off the APU one. Very nice sounds actually, not gonna lie. Are these built in Russia, or why do they have the... sorry, Russia. Yeah, I guess it's... or is that Ukraine actually, sorry. That could be... Dnipro, right? That must be... yeah, that's current Ukraine, yeah. But Astrakhan, that's definitely Russia, right? So maybe they were built in... not sure why or maybe the windows were. Let's check outside view. They have released us, so that's nice. Things are looking good, some cool effects. You can see here behind the aircraft. X-plane is really close. I mean, if they refine certain things, it's gonna look really good. I think the main one will be the scenery, but you know, also smaller things. For example, if they get the gateway airport to look even better, you know, adding more benefits, that's gonna be a huge thing. Okay, rejected takeoff. I'll put a nice speed of 230. I kind of like putting that in usually. Flight directors on. We'll arm both LNAV and VNAV, even though I know some are, or someone has the policy to not arm that, the VNAV on the ground, but we'll do it. We like to play dangerously, or fly dangerously maybe. Weather radar, we don't have it technically, so I'm not sure if it's gonna do anything. So let me see actually, where do they have it on this one? Terrain VX, so let's say we put VX, it's not gonna have anything happen, same with terrain. Okay. So we have in-op those functions. Not good, but could be worse. Can we try this one? Yeah, we can put it on at least. That's pretty cool. Fire. Yeah, that seems to work. Fire test. Apart from that, that's cool. That's the APU one, the handle. And well, another thing that makes this one probably better than Captain Sim one is that it has failures. So that's a cool feature. Does this one have any kind of sun glare protection stuff? Maybe, maybe not. Let's release the parking brakes. We have our taxi clearance. We know where to go and how to go. Let's do flaps 5. We have rejected on. I think this is the toga button. Can't say I know for sure, but I'm pretty certain it's that one. The taxiing is infinitely better. Already feels much more realistic, and I don't think I can move the taxi with the rudders, so that's a big benefit. So we're gonna turn right here. Very nice with the glare shield being lit up by the sun. And let's see, we just have to go down here and then go left. And then we're ready to go. Did I take a nice... yeah, I got a pretty nice thumbnail. I think this is a nice one. Showcases kind of X-Plane at its best. And we then need to get back on the yellow line. Looks great though. Maybe I'm not sure. There's so many engine mods in flight, or not for FlightFactor, but for general for X-Plane payware aircrafts. Are they bad looking, or is it just that you can make them look even better? Maybe they are not as defined as they should be. I guess it doesn't hurt. They're pretty cheap add-ons, so if you really have like a favorite aircraft, I don't see a reason why not to get one of those. It can only be a good thing. Another thing we need to check is let me see how many different we can close. I think quite a bit. I have too much stuff open. Oh yeah, the Halloween giveaway. I did that, Let's see if I can get a free aircraft from the X-Plane store, or X-Plane org store to be precise. But yeah, we need the chart fox for this one for Dubai. So we'll have that open on the side.
KLM for 003 heavy contact Muscat Tower on 118.82.
Tower on 118.82. KLM 4003 heavy.
Okay, let's see. And wait, before we continue, I'm just quickly gonna check one thing. I just wanna make sure I can relax once we get going. So I'm quickly gonna turn here and quickly pause the sim and the recording. And I'll be right back. Okay, now we are back and we can finally get ready for takeoff. Let me just double check that we haven't crossed any lines that we shouldn't have. And oh, actually we did forget some things. The taxi lights. Embarrassing. Very embarrassing. They look pretty good. I don't know why, but they look a bit too strong in X-Plane. I hope they fix that at some point. I don't think it's X-Plane's fault, or maybe it's like one of the newer updates, but yeah. But I guess the payware developers have to fix that themselves. I'm not really sure how it works with the lights in X-Plane. Okay, we'll put on all the landing lights. We'll talk to... Oh, one thing we need to do Or do we wanna keep that on?
Tower low, Martin 7122, RP 06.
Maybe not.
Martin
We need to
06, clear to land, wind 0707 knots, at the end to the
remove
right,
the APU.
at the end.
KLM 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. Okay, let's see if we get the takeoff. Nope. We'll have our co-pilot ask for it.
Tower, KLM 4003 heavy ready for departure.
KLM 4003 heavy winds are 229er at 4 knots. Runway 26 right cleared for takeoff.
Runway 26 right cleared for takeoff. KLM 4003 heavy.
Are you kidding me? Is that plane gonna land? Oh god, look at that. That's nuts. You see, the problem is, I wouldn't mind that in P3D, because I knew you could just go through it, but I think in X-plane there'll be damage. Okay, let's put that back on.
Yeah, you're still clear to land, wind 0807 knots.
Anything else? Don't think so. Come on, botch the landing. Or maybe if I drive onto the runway, they'll have to stop, right? That's a good plan. That sounds sane.
26 right.
Yeah. Move. That must be an Airbus, right? Yeah, and the other one looks like a Boeing. I've always been interested in knowing, do they do go-arounds in this, or do they just land? Let's see. Whoa, that's late, right? Or do you... Maybe they dropped the gear that late. Seemed a bit crazy. Okay, they landed relatively quickly. They're gonna be gone soon enough. Maybe we can squeeze in between, or at least what we can do is prepare ourselves. So even if the other one lands, we'll be ready to take off kind of ASAP.
Runway 36 center, cleared for takeoff, wind 07010 knots.
Okay, let's see. Let's get lined up and up into the air. Flaps are they correctly set, or is it me? Now they're gonna be on 5. That's good.
On runway 26 right.
KLM 39 Tango, hello, behind Atlas, line up runway 36 center, whiskey 10 behind.
And Atlas, line up away, whiskey 10, 36 center behind 39 Tango.
Okay, let's see. We have this Boeing landing here after, and that's is that a max? It's a split scimitar, so I think maybe a max, potentially an NG. Those engines make me think that it's a max. Okay, so it has also successfully landed. Is it Gulf Air or Etihad? And what's this other one?
Giant 8185, runway 36 center, whiskey 10, cleared for takeoff.
That looks like... Is it an Oman Air maybe? We'll see it once it turns off. Okay, anything else we need to remember? Lights are on, everything is set up appropriately in terms of the pack, packs and stuff, yeah. Guess we can keep that on. Lights are on.
KLM 98 Quebec, hello, runway 06, clear to land, wind 0708 knots.
KLM 06 again, 9 Quebec.
That seems to be correct position-wise. And that was Oman Air. Cool. Let's do it then, and hope we can get a good takeoff and a flight. Because we have another plane coming in to land. So let's see, I'm gonna push Okay, there we go, EPR. Let's try to stay on the center line. At least somewhat. Let's push the yoke forward. Okay, a bit have to be a bit careful here. We're above 80 knots. That's good. 120. Ivan. Rotate. Okay, and we have takeoff. Okay, pretty nice. Maybe we could have gone with a lower trim. Getting that gear up. We're still not on the VNAV. We have to take off. We can go to flap 0. Checking quickly the outside views. Yeah, the flaps are coming up. Okay, we only got clearance to 6,000 feet, so that's worth keeping in mind.
KLM 4003 Heavy contact Muscat Center on 123.905.
We got some traffic warning, but we are way above
Center
them.
on 123.905. KLM 4003 Heavy.
Let's trim this bird a bit.
Center
yeah,
KLM
so far so good.
4003 Heavy. Climbing to 6,000 feet.
And looking very nice climbing here.
KLM 4003 Heavy, this is Muscat Center, go ahead.
Climbing to
Climb
12,000.
and maintain 12,000 feet. KLM
We're now on VNAV speed
4003 Heavy.
and on LNAV. But that's good. Do we have the right? We are on climb. Yeah, that's good. We can go to standard. We'll trim it down a bit. Okay, and let's see. Let's see, okay. Looking good. Potential conflict here again. Not good. We will outclimb it though, I think, so we should be fine. But yeah, you don't want to see these kind of situations, that's why. Now we're getting another traffic warning. Can't really see it with the sun. But yeah,
KLM
it's gonna be fine.
4003 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 180.
180.
Climb and maintain flight
Thus
level
far,
180.
I must say I feel
KLM
this plane is...
4003 Heavy.
the Captain Sim one isn't bad, but this one is a lot better in just how it kind of feels and... I don't know, just kind of how it operates. This just feels like a better plane, to be honest. But it's of course hard to judge since I'm not a real pilot, nor have I flown the 767, so... But yeah, it feels like a really nice aircraft to fly, and we're above 10,000 now, so we're picking up speed. The trim works very nicely. I really like how the trim works in X-Plane. It just feels much more realistic. The elevator trim, that is. Flaps are at 0. We can trim down a bit more. The interesting part is how much more do we need to trim to... Okay, there we go. Now we're getting it down. And now we're gonna pick up speed. We don't want to descend though, we want to keep our altitude or climb a tiny bit. Okay, we're going up to
KLM
320 knots.
4003 Heavy, expect the IMPE 3C arrival with the transition for the ILS approach
The
to
interesting
runway
part is
30
how we
left
don't
at
have
Dubai
the
International
altitude thing
Airport.
here. We have it here, so a bit separate.
Expect the IMPE 3C arrival with the IMT transition for the ILS approach to
turning a bit
runway
too much.
30 left. KLM
Lights should have gone off a long time
KLM
ago.
4003
Missed that again.
Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 240.
240.
Climb
Let's
and
put that
maintain
in.
flight level 240.
And let's get that autopilot in
KLM
and see how it functions.
4003 Heavy.
It's probably gonna be a lot better. But yeah, generally speaking, wow, a very nice aircraft. This is what I wanted the 767 to be when I got it in P3D. This is much closer to it. I know people complain about it, but it's not a bad plane. Of course the 777 blows it out of the water, but I would say it still holds up pretty well in comparison with other add-ons. Let's see, of course, with Descend and how the VNAV handles that, but yeah, not a bad airplane at all. The one I have left that I want to try is the 767 for FSX, the true kind of king of the 767s. And I think that's the one that Flight 1 sells, level D simulations.
Will cross India Mike Papa Echo Delta at or below 12,000 feet, then descend via the IMPE 3 Charlie arrival with the IMT transition to 2,000 feet. QNH is 1011.
Let's put
KLM
some of the data in
4003 Heavy.
already. Oh, we missed this page completely. That's a bit embarrassing. I think I missed it with the Captain Sim one as well. Let's jump to approach. We'll just take that. ILS .30299. I'm gonna do manual just because I prefer to have it. Another one with the 111s. A lot of those. At least it's 30, not 10. Okay, we have why is it not this is not good. Why can't I get the frequency right? Okay, we'll do auto, I guess. Not the best. Why the hell? That's interesting. I'm gonna check. FF 767 ILS 11. Let me check here. Someone. Is it this one? Hey, look at that. That's the one. So this one must only be for VOR. Okay, that's the problem. Small mistakes. But there we go. We have it set. Good. Or is this the second one? Which one is that? Oh well. I'll put that back to manual. Or auto. Can we do anything with this second one? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, we're 24,000 feet. Outside is looking nice. The question is, should we do a thumbnail now with the sun coming down, or we keep the one we have? I think we keep the one we have. Look at the atmospherics though. X-Plane is really doing a good job in that regard. It would be nice with some passengers here. Then you could really experience flying. Don't know who would do it for kind of free though, or on their free time, but who's to judge? I mean, I do like flying myself. I just kind of hate when you're in those cramped seats, etc. That's the worst feeling. Let's do auto brake 3. Let's check quickly the top of descent. If they fix the weather radar on this is gonna be a really good add-on actually. I would say weather radar and just some quality of life, like an EFB. Like, put that in, that would be cool, even though I kind of like this idea. Takeoff calculation, etc. Then you're gonna have a really good one. Off. Well, it's on. Or is it, I guess. Top of descent is coming up pretty soon. Let's see what we got. We know which one we're taking, the imped one. It does not align with the one we have here, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. We got clearance to 2,000 feet. So we are gonna set that already, because it's a Boeing, so it's gonna control it kind of by itself. I do like the VNAV descent on a Boeing more than I do like it on an Airbus, just because it's in a way more automated. Can you open the windows, even though we wouldn't want to do it at this altitude, but possibly, right? What about these ones? Oh, they're saying something, but I can't hear what they're talking about, unfortunately. Hey, there's some clouds there. It looks like, at least. That's nice. I thought we weren't gonna see any clouds today. We'll take that small victory. What about panel lights during the daytime? Do those work? Or are there issues? That's a good question, actually. The dome one seems to work. Okay, I guess that's connected to some. Let's see if we can cancel that, because I don't need that with the nice Pack X that we have. Interaction options. No. Operations, airplane, general. Maybe you can't remove that. In-flight, PA. Okay, you can do PA, charts, checklists. Checklist is pretty good though to have. Luckily this one is charging as well, so that's good. Don't want to forget that. Okay, let's see, are we descending? We look to be descending. We're using VNAV, which is nice. So far so good. Do you have any nice, if we do shift 6 then, and this is some nice view. Can we go into the cockpit as well? I'm gonna assume we can. A beautiful looking plane. And we are flying with map enhancement, so it's supposed to look like the real world, together with Simhaven, of course. So nice. Have they fixed the weird... feels like Autogen is staying for a longer time. That's really nice, actually. Been one of my biggest gripes. This is a nice one. I'm actually gonna take I'm gonna save the one I want to use for the thumbnail, but I want to take a new pic of this. Great looking, not the best picture, but it's always nice to get some of these. They save in your screenshot folder as well, so even if you close sniping tool, you'll have them saved. Look at these effects also. City below. Let's take another one. I really like that wing effect. Yeah, pretty cool. I need to do some flights with the 777 by FlightFactor as well. And with the PMDG for that matter. Both are great aircraft. Okay, let's see. We are descending. And it's all looking pretty good. Our top of descent was later according to Pilot2DC, but we still have 127 nautical miles to go, so we'll be there in about 20 minutes, I would say. Yeah, that's how you mute the intercom. Oh, that's the... not sure why I was pressing that. Pretty dumb. Let's check what FlightFactor actually has in terms of news. Okay, let's see. Any news? No news.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms to keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
Nothing interesting. I know they're working on the A350 with Tolis and etc, etc. But the A350 will be great, just because it's gonna be Tolis with FlightFactor visuals, so gonna be awesome. But yeah, anything else that we can see, like what are they developing? Nothing that I can see. It's like a lot of these developers keep it kind of silent and then they surprise you with the news. The
KLM
777 is just a great one though.
Contact Emirates Center on 124.85.
I mean, look at this picture that they posted, just wonderful looking
Center
plane.
on 124.85.
Deserves to be flown more.
KLM 4003 Heavy.
Okay, center on something something. But the co-pilot is being nice, taking care of that, so I can
Center
focus on
KLM
flying.
4003 Heavy. Descending via the IMPE 3C arrival with the IMT transition to 2,000 feet.
KLM for 003 Heavy, this is Emirates Center, go ahead.
Yeah, because they have released the Rolls-Royce, right? But I guess we're waiting for... Is it the Pratt & Whitney's we're waiting for? For a 777? Could be, I think. Okay, we're not flying over the most interesting territory now. I guess this is the border. The border is a bit weird if I remember. Like Oman has like the tip, but then the United Arab Emirates has a bit of it. It's a bit weird. Or do they have all the engines? Let me see. FlightFactor 777 version 2. Not the ultimate one. So I have the engine option. Let's go and check actually here. Airliners 777. And we have the ultimate one with the engine expansion. What is the non-engine one then? Is it only the GE one, or is that the... Okay, we're turning, I'm gonna jump in. Oh, a bit of shaking. Is that turbulence maybe? Perhaps? Perhaps? Clean air turbulence at 11,000 feet? I guess it's not impossible. It must be the GE one, right? Or am I missing something? Let me see. FF777, which engine? Okay, so the Rolls-Royce engine. And let me see. Has that been released? Yeah, I guess so. So now there's all the engines are released, right? Happy days. Let's check also now how kind of aligned this one will be. It looks to be very aligned because it's basically the same. The question is just at the end, will we get any with transition to 2,000 feet? Yeah, that's correct. But I'm hoping they will give us a vector, because flying this seems a bit unnecessary. Is there any, let me see. Yeah, there is one at the end, Septo. Let's check how... Is it there is the kind of the end of the star. Jesus. This is gonna be pain. Flying almost to Dubai just to fly all the way back. Ah, yeah, sorry, 20 minutes was a too positive estimate, unfortunately. It's gonna be 25 probably from now. Because we're gonna fly back, out. And I don't think that's Dubai airport, that's the other one, right? Shiraya or whatever it's called. Sharia. Maybe Sharia? Also a cool airport, I have it in P3D. Haven't landed on it in X-Plane though. We're not gonna do it today either, because we're going to the nice new Dubai International Airport. But let's try to get the night lighting working. Okay, so those panels we can put on. Seems like it turned on all of them. I guess that helps. Do we have any nice floodlights? A bit, we can maybe put those on the side. We forgot the clock, and I'm pretty sure I forgot that with Captain Sim as well. That's a rookie mistake by me. Should have been on since we got the engine started basically, or at least one of them, and then I guess the other one for the takeoff, to calculate how long we can be on takeoff cruised. Which I guess is important in case of engine failure.
Altimeter setting.
Looks a bit dark, that one. Can we get the screens brighter? Yeah, look at that.
Mark 4, Kilo direct, Sudex. Sudex, Mark 4, Kilo.
What about these screens? At least we got the top one brighter. The lower one? How do you do that? That's the weather radar as well. Let's, I guess, put it on even though it doesn't show anything. Are we supposed to be at this altitude for now? Yeah, for quite a while actually. That's good at least, so we're not gonna lose too much time, because we're gonna be able to fly relatively quickly. Interestingly enough though, with a bit of an angle to maintain altitude. It looks really good though, the scenery. It's soon gonna get really dark though, so that's less good. Let's check the landing actually now, since we know we're gonna do a 3-0 left. Or let's double check that we're doing that, since we have some time. We are doing 3-0 left. ILS approach. The minimums C 213. Gonna assume we're C. Could be wrong though. $213. I guess technically we can see it there as well. I'll put that in as well. What else do we need? And this I think will be... Yeah, this will be the final turn, and then we'll go all the way out and then right. Okay, so not too long to go. I wish we could get the angle down a bit, but we're flying relatively slow. 210 knots, they really want to keep us slow. Okay, so that's a bit annoying. Once we start descending, it's going to get a bit better. I think another option would be to put some flaps. We're kind of close to that limit actually. Then it will create lift, right? So even if you're going to burn more, you're going to get a better angle. Let's see. Other things to do. Enjoy the view maybe. That looks pretty good. Would be nicer probably if you had like a specific Dubai package. But it does look really good actually. Not sure if they have fixed the autogen distance, but it's much better now. And it's a really, like, you can see kind of how it's growing, this, because I'm not sure how old the ortho I have for P3D, but it's not this big. And you know, each year it's just gonna get more outdated, which is a bit fun in a way, right? Because you know, it gets more kind of, how would you say, historical in a way, which has its own value. Okay, we are gonna start descending now again. Time to put on the landing lights. Let's see how they look in the dark. Maybe a bit too bright still, I'm not sure. Maybe it's very realistic. Hard to say, of course. Okay, I'm gonna presume in 98 this is not how Dubai would have looked. Not by any stretch or means. Let's see, can we see like old Google Maps? Is it possible? Time lapse. So you can go back to... Oh, that's cool. Google Earth Engine, you can go back to like 96. You can see like a time lapse on Glacier, how they're kind of pulling back. Okay, that's dope. What about where I live? So I know these houses where I live are kind of...
Ryanair 8664, contact radar 128155. 128155, Ryanair 8664.
It's crazy how you can see kind of... Jesus. That's insane, the old... I'm gonna pause it actually and check. They actually have photo image of where I live from like 1988. So my house didn't even exist. That's so cool. Highly recommended to check this Google Earth Engine. I guess it's some sort of time-lapse feature. What's the weather actually? Did we get the altimeter?
Good morning, possible flight number 7 identified, confirming requested level. Requested final flight.
Let's ask for the
Center.
altimeter.
KLM 4003 heavy
But
say
it's
altimeter
pretty cool, this
at
time
Oscar
lapse.
Mike Delta
So you
Bravo.
can kind of press forward and see, you know, the changes. Pretty dope.
KLM for 003 Heavy QNH is 1011 at Dubai International Airport.
Of course, the quality gets a lot better
QNH
when you
is
come to the...
1011. KLM 4003 heavy.
I wonder how good the quality is for Finland. You know, seeing your hometown and the changes. Maybe my summer place. That would be super cool actually. Oh no, you can't zoom further in. But you can definitely see the changes that's happened. Okay, but that's pretty cool. Enough checking Google Engine. Probably very nice to check out Dubai actually. That's the one I should have checked. I'll leave that for another day. But that would be cool to see kind of how the city just starts stretching out. What about speed now? We need to add the flaps, I think. Maybe flaps 2, let's see. Or flaps 5, yeah, there's no flaps 2. It's not a 737. Just look at that angle. Okay, we're seeing the engines increasing their thrust. That's good. This feels ridiculously slow though. I mean, it's still 35 nautical miles. We haven't even started our turn for the final. It's a bit ridiculous. Let's put on the rest of the lights. Okay, can add some more light. Yeah, those we can add. Should help us a bit with the visibility. Are we missing any other lights? Not sure about this. The dome one is maybe a bit too crazy to have. Anything else we need to think of now before our landing? No. Aligned, batteries, electrical standby powers. All is looking good. And now we only have 30 nautical miles to go. So we're getting there. Slow and steady. And QNH was 1011. So let's get that set here and here. And maybe on the right one as well, just for precaution. So we have all of them set to the correct one. But very nice. This is a very good working VNav. Well done, FlightFactor. It's been doing exactly what you would expect it to do, which is always nice. I am not, or I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna assume we're just gonna get a straight in anyway, because it's not gonna change at this point. We're still 28 nautical miles away, so I'll activate the approach one when we're closer to 14, maybe even closer than that. We can see the runway already, so we're doing the left one, that one. It's crazy though, it's like a big airport, but only 2 runways. And they have so much space, they could have built it a bit further out, or... Yeah, it's but I guess at that point they didn't need more, right? And maybe technically if you're doing wide bodies you don't have that much kind of landings and takeoffs in terms of actual numbers. Okay, so 30 left. We're gonna be able to go all the way to the end of the runway and then turn left and park at the gates there. It's interesting how they've expanded it quite a bit, this airport, specifically considering, you know, that the Flight Tampa one is hasn't been updated. It's like 2014 or something. Let's see if there's any... Now we want those. The map light seems a bit unnecessary. Floodlight seems fine. But there must be some light for the smaller thingamabobs. Yeah, that one we can... But where's the rest of the lights?
KLM for 003 Heavy, you are 22 nautical miles southeast of the airport. QNH is 1011. After DB50 for cleared direct Sierra Echo Delta Papa Oscar, then cleared for the ILS approach to runway 30 left at Dubai International Airport. Contact Minhad approach on 122.5.
Okay, cleared direct for the ILS approach. That's perfect. There
QNH
must be some light
is 1011. After DB504 cleared direct Sierra Echo Delta Papa Oscar, then cleared for the ILS approach to runway 30 left at Dubai International Airport approach on 122.5.
The overhead one gives a lot of light,
KLM
but
4003 Heavy.
we don't want that. Maybe this is the best we can get. I just feel like these are too dark.
Approach KLM 4003 Heavy.
Okay,
Descending to
that I'm
2,000
missing
feet.
a button somewhere.
KLM 4003 Heavy, this is Minhad, approach, go ahead.
Let's zoom down a bit. Okay, nothing here. Okay, I think we're ready. I don't think we need to have anything on the lower screen, right? Maybe it's similar to the way that the Boeing is flown, right? Where you don't have anything on the lower screen unless, and it will pop up if there's an engine failure or similar. I think that makes sense. Do we have logo lights? Let's put that on. Yeah, look at that. Looks very nice. Very nice light effects. I want to fix that on a little plane in
KLM
P3D.
4003 Heavy QNH is 1011 at Dubai International Airport. Contact Dubai Tower on 118.75.
Okay, tower handover. That's good. Are we slowing down more now?
QNH
After
is
set point, we will.
1011. Tower on 118.75.
12 nautical miles to go.
KLM 4003 Heavy.
We have an aircraft in front of us.
Tower KLM 4003
That's
Heavy.
landing.
Inbound
So we're
for
second.
ILS approach runway 30 left.
Gonna go flaps 15.
KLM 4003 Heavy, this is Dubai Tower, go ahead.
Yeah, look at that. That's gonna help a bit. So the lift they create helps a lot to stabilize. Okay, we are at sorry, we're going higher. We're going 25 almost. Okay. Maybe a bit too early, to be honest. I'm gonna press the approach one. And I'm only doing this because I want to see how it works. The sucky part is I don't really have any good buttons to disconnect the autopilot quickly, or the auto throttle for that matter, so I'll have to do it manually, so to speak. We are gonna drop, I think, the landing gears pretty soon. Let me see, after modus. He wants to increase the speed actually. Yeah, we're gonna disconnect the auto throttle and start slowing this bird down. Is there a lot of planes landing, or are they kind of like taking off, landing at the same time? What's going on? Hate AI aircraft, to be honest. At least in this regard. Okay, we are slowing down, but we're also descending. At modus we should be at 2000. Yeah, that's on the slowest it can be. Okay, we're going to the next one now. Gonna add a bit of thrust, just to make sure we don't go too slow. Oh, sorry, gear not down. Dropping the gear now. I'm going to flaps full. Oh, we need to slow down. Come on. Okay, we avoided a flap over speed. That is good news. But yeah, it's working pretty well with the autopilot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disengage. We're gonna do this manually and hope for the best. At least we have some nice nice views here. Okay, we gotta be a bit careful with the throttle. It reacts a bit slowly sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna add a bit more trim down. quite a bit. Well, not too much either. Yeah, the throttle
KLM
responsiveness is a bit hard to get
heavy
right.
winds are 09 or 8 at
Oh,
6
I forgot
knots.
to ask for established.
Cleared to land runway 30 left.
Okay, arming the speed brake. Think I
Cleared
forgot
to
to
land
do that.
runway 30 left. KLM
Might have to kick in a bit of
4003
right
heavy.
rudder. But we're pretty nicely on the glide slope otherwise. Now we just need to continue to slow down. Falling a bit behind now. Look at those lights. I think he would request them to turn them down a bit, because that's crazy.
Hotel Foxtrot Zulu is left and downwind 26 right for full stop.
Hotel Foxtrot Zulu, number 1 report on final.
100. Hotel Foxtrot Zulu.
100.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, maybe we don't need to use rudder.
KLM 4003 heavy exit runway when able. Report clear of active.
Did we flare at all? That's my main question. Those lights really got me kind of off the... I'm gonna hope we did. Okay, let's disconnect the thrust reversers. We don't need the flaps anymore. We can disarm the auto brakes. We'll turn on the next one. Otherwise pretty good landing, I would say. KLM 4003 heavy, ready to taxi.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dubai. The local time is 6:11 p.m. and it's currently about
Still nothing.
33 degrees.
KLM 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. There we go. At least we got the
KLM
handover.
4003 heavy contact Dubai ground on
We can turn those off.
121.65 for taxi clearance.
Okay,
Ground on 121.65 for
let's
taxi.
have our co-pilot do that.
KLM 4003 heavy.
But yeah, looks pretty good. For being freeware, I mean, I'll take it. Okay, taxi request.
Ground. KLM 4003 heavy ready to taxi.
Yeah, this becomes so dark, you can't see a lot of them.
KLM
That's so interesting.
4003 heavy taxi to KLM 4003 heavy cross runway 12 right.
Oh, okay, we're not gonna do that. They want us to taxi all the way to the opposite.
Cleared to cross runway 12
Through all the
right.
runways. We're just gonna taxi
KLM
here.
4003
Steal one of
heavy.
the Emirates parking spots. Adding a bit of thrust. What we do need though is the APU. So we're gonna start that again. We can get this one open. We can also turn these ones so we don't blind anyone on the ground. Yeah, a lot of fun actually flying this plane. This is a great add-on. I kind of like it because it's not too huge. The 777F, you know, it's a huge plane, right? So sometimes it feels a bit hard to find good routes, short routes. Okay, let's park here. Oh, we already missed the 767 one. We'll take this one. This will be fine. Let's have a look. APU gen is on. Let's not have dual bleed. I don't think we can have that. Shutting right engine, shutting left engine, turning off the red collision light. We'll close pilot to ADC, close our web browser, we'll say that we have seatbelt signs off, and then we'll wait for this one, and then we'll quit after that. But yeah, pretty good looking. I mean, for being just, you know, default, it's pretty nice. It's just an empty hole. There's nothing inside. I mean, the FlightFactor 1 for P3 looks better. I think that's maybe one thing that, even though the airports in general look better, I have yet to find. But then again, I haven't bought other payware airports, and most of the ones I follow that do explain don't either buy explain airports. So there's probably very good ones out there, but not the ones that I've used. Okay, let's see. We still haven't gotten anything. I'm gonna check if it's about opening the door. Oh, now we got the deboarding, so we'll close that. Okay, let's have a look. End flight. Ooh, hard landing rate. Hard landing. But they're kind of satisfied, so we'll take that. How the hell did it get so hard? I was certain we were below on the vertical. Let me check. It could have been if we hit with the front. I felt like we didn't really properly flare. Ah, I love the explain replay system. It's just bonkers how nice it is. Oh, where are the lights though? Maybe those aren't saved, so I would have to put those on. So maybe it's, yeah. But okay, let's see. We flare a bit, but then it curves downwards, so we should flare a bit more. Now it didn't look that crazy. Maybe a tad bit. I mean, at least we hit it with the back wheels first. Maybe a bit quick on the front. Goddamn sloped runways. Do they really slope this much? Maybe they do. It feels so a bit extreme. But maybe they do slope this much in real life. Do we see the thrust reversers go into action? Yeah, we do. So at least all of that we see, even though we don't see the lights. Okay, that was okay. I don't think it looked like a 500 PM. I think around 300 something. Maybe a bit harsh on the G effects, but you know, firm landing. That's what we want. But yeah, with that said, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and for those of you who own both P3D and Explain, hopefully you at least got to see a bit, you know, the pros and cons with both the Captain Sim one and the FlightFactor one. I do think I would recommend the FlightFactor one more, but it's all about, I think, the sim environment you want to fly with. I'm kind of happy having both of them, because I sometimes want to fly P3D, sometimes Explain. They both have their pros and cons, to be honest. And kind of, you know, in a way, perfect sims in the sense that they're not perfect. I mean, Microsoft Flight Sim, I guess, is the closest thing you come to that. They have everything. So I think in that way, Explain and P3D complements each other really well. But just, you know, food for thought. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And otherwise, have a good rest of the day. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.